predators. Oh,
When
yeah.
creating creatures in a game, there are many different approaches you could take at the beginning. You could start off doing something simple, for example, like fireflies or little.
Yeah, by the way, those little flying, how do we call that? Like flying paws or flying, I was gonna call them flying jellyfish, right? But obviously they're not jellyfish because they are in the air. When do we get to see those in Hearthstone? When is this coming up? I can't wait to shoot them up, you know? I can't wait. I just can't wait to be flying around the Virgin at low speed and then no. You know, feel like Luke Skywalker in his T16, you know? When he's bragging he was bullseyeing Womp Rats at 2 meters. That's what I want to do, right? Rep space is Star Wars creatures. Exactly, right? So that we're going to have Star Citizen creatures.
Rodents or things that are, fairly simple from an AI perspective. That could be one approach. In the past, we created a Boyd in that same kind of vein.
Oh, it's called the Boyd. Okay, all right. When are they coming?
Later on, we started exploring things like the space.
Oh, yeah. You know, guys, I've been saying that a lot on the channel. I'm going to have a farm in the future when we're finally going to have space farming. And I'm going to have a lot of this. Look at those. Yeah. That's a lot of milk here. That's a lot of money that I'm seeing. Kenshi CV says that he can't wait to get killed by alien on a strand reclaimer. That's a bit creepy, Kenshi. That's a bit creepy. And I hope you'll be prepared. I'm not gonna get killed by aliens on the creepy creatures.
Space cows
on the creepy
whales.
On the
While
creepy
those
ship.
are still gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
We are now focused on something that...
There's the space whale here. Nothing new. We've seen the space whales that are coming up. Probably not in 3.12. Probably not that close. I'll be very surprised. But they will be coming in Crusader. They'll be flying in the
hopefully players and
the clouds
get
Crusader.
A little more excited about, and that would be predator creatures.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at what we're looking at here. Looks like a crate dragon from Star Wars.
The first steps of creating predator creatures, where do you get going? For us, we decided to pick some archetypes that gave us at least some sort of direction, and these archetypes are more animal behaviors than they are necessarily visual.
Okay, well that makes sense. That's great. So we can predict what these creatures are gonna do. Okay.
But this allowed us just to have some focus rather than just complete blue sky, anything. That sometimes is extremely difficult for a concept artist without having any direction.
Yeah, Rap Space here in the chat says something very interesting. We definitely need more server tech because right now the servers can barely handle the players, let alone the AI, right? I mean, what kind of AI do we see in the verse right now? Basically nothing, right? So yes, we definitely do take like server meshing. Absolutely, Reps is not gonna happen before. Yep.
So what we did in archetypes was we found some archetypes and we named them like bear and tiger and crab, things like this.
And cow, cause like we're gonna have the space cow.
But
hey, the lone
these
gamer.
are not to say that's what they want to look like necessarily. These are more about what the thing might do. Like a bear, for example, might be content to eat fruit and not bother you.
I want to look at this again. Look at how menacing. Where is it? Look at how menacing that is. At the same time, it looks like it's observing you. At the same time, I'm really wondering if we could have like a baby of those as a pet, right? Because we know that pets is one of the objectives of Star Citizen. It's one of the long, one of those all long forgotten stretch goals. It would be interesting to see if we could tame one of those. That would be a great asset, I would say. Merchant Cobalt says the AI manager isn't really in yet. They pushed the scheduler back. Yeah, right.
Might do. Like a bear, for example, might be content to eat fruit and not bother you unless you messed with it. Versus, let's say, a pure carnivore like a tiger that's stealthing up and kills prey, and that's how it lives. So these just gave us a starting point where we could start making initial concepts. And
wow, look at they just look so exotic,
As with any concepts, we're going to make a lot more concepts than we're actually going to make final models of.
Yeah, that's also another thing, guys. What we were looking at are concepts, so let's keep in mind that concepts are usually work in progress, and they're not really exactly looking like what we're gonna see later in the verse. We've seen that many times. I mean, look at New Babbage, for example. If you look at the old concepts of New Babbage and Microtech and how it looks like now, they're totally different. So these are just here to sparkle, the feeling, some of the emotions, the size of the things. That's why we've always had, the scale compared to a human figure here. But that's not exactly how these creatures are going to look like. Kenshi says, Irad, do you have any information on progress of server machine university? No, they haven't talked about that. Would be good to hunt these animals. The Lone Gainer says, absolutely. I'm totally imagining hunting parties. And you know what? This is where I think I regret not having a Karak, because the Karak is going to have those nice turrets that you can shoot the ground with. It's going to have, those medical beds that you can respawn if those creatures kill you. Hey, yo, Joseph Spaz, thank you so much for the donation, man. $5. I really appreciate. Thank you so much. Where was I? Yeah, so that's why I really regret not having a Karak, because the Karak's got that medical bed. Those creatures are going to kill you. Those creatures are going to be dead. If you're not prepared, if you don't have a hunting party, you're going to die. So if you have a Karak, you can shoot them down first from above and then finish the job on the ground, maybe in a ground vehicle as well. And, when I see those creatures and I'm imagining, oh man, those hunting parties on those, all of those worlds, I'm starting to think that maybe I should buy a Karak. It's just my opinion here. I can already imagine all the people, I've talked to in the past say, oh, Irad, why don't you like the Karak? You'll regret getting a Karak. You'll regret not getting a Karak. You'll regret all the trash talk that you said about Karaks. And you know what? I gotta say, these guys were right. When I'm seeing that, I say, I wish I had a Karak. Okay, Squadron 42 was not on the PS5 show today. Simon, I don't think so, Simon. We're gonna talk about the PS5 later, Simon. Don't worry. Anyway, guys, let's continue here. And is this the end or not? We'll see.
So after a couple rounds of reviews, we distilled down some of the ideas we were most excited about. And from there, we decided to focus first on 2 different predators from that group. First being a creature that we might encounter in the Pyro system.
Oh, really? It's coming up in Pyro? Well, that I was going to say soon, right? And so hopefully we're going to see them by 3.12, because they did say that, according to Star Citizen Leaks, by the way, it's something that I read on Star Citizen Leaks, CIG is still going to try to push somehow, like maybe Pyro 1 and Pyro 2, at least a part of the Pyro system by the end of the year, so that they can say, hey, we put it at the end of the year, just like we said we did. So it's possible that we may get Pyro 1 and Pyro 2 in 3.12. But are we gonna see those creatures already? What are we talking about here?
A creature that we're terming the Pyro Crab. So she's kind of a queen of a hive. And
oh my goodness, that thing is huge. That thing is huge, and it's definitely looking dangerous. And you know what? It looks armored too. So we're gonna need a lot of firepower to take these beasts down. I'm telling you guys. Oh, I need a Karak now.
Have some sort of baby ones that all have some bioluminescence, and one way you might encounter this is the large queen can actually hunker down and sort of disguise herself as a group of rocks. Where
oh my. Hey, Reaper GR7 Gaming, how are you doing? By the way, Reaper, thank you so much for being my latest Patreon, man. That is really appreciated. Look at that. So we're gonna have those crabs, and they're gonna be lurking around on some planet in Pyro. Probably I would say Pyro 4, which is like in the habitable zone, because Pyro 1 and 2 are not going to be in the habitable zone, but the Pyro 4 is going to be. Yeah, we're going to need to have huge hunting parties. That's going to be really fun, Finally, we're gonna be able to use all those big guns that we have, that we're not really using against players, because players are always hiding in armistice zones. But these creatures are not gonna hide in armistice zone. I'm telling you guys.
Walking right up on one and not even know it's there until it actually reveals itself.
Simon says you are okay to do those with a Cutlass Red. I'm not so sure, because those big creatures look pretty big compared to a Cutlass Red. I mean, if they are going after players, they could very well be going after ships, and I could totally see that thing at that size crushing a Cutlass Red. Maybe not a Karak, because the Karak is huge. It's 160 meters long. It's really big. But Cutlass Red against this, not so sure, right? FPS mining is going to be suicide there, says Bertrand Cobble. unless you've got people around in ships, protecting you. Perhaps. AJ says, Eradicator, how are jumping points going to work with 50 ships all lined up waiting to jump to Paro? I can't imagine waiting a line. That is a good question here, AJ. To answer that question, maybe we should have a look at Freelancer, the game Freelancer, where entering a jump gate was not really taking that long. Sure, we had to wait a time, but at the same time, I don't think that everybody is going to want to go to jump at the same time. So I'm quite confident that it's not really gonna be the case. And on the long run, there's gonna be secret jump points that will be found as well. So I think that after some times, when people know the various different locations where they can jump, it's going to eventually split evenly, I suppose, right? I suppose. Hypocrisy says money will be fun there. Oh yeah.
The second one we wanted to focus on is a creature that you would find on the planet Micro.
Joseph says, if the wind can blow our ship around, the monsters will too. Oh, that would be hilarious if the monsters would be blowing around in the air, man. That would be hilarious. I can totally imagine there would be quite a handful of funny bugs coming up. Yep.
Microtech, being a terraformed world, has an appearance more like Earth, where you see pine trees and things like this. So we took a much different approach to the way we designed that creature. This creature, we're determining, is more a result of maybe some genetic manipulation of different DNA from Earth creatures. So there are some more familiar elements.
Yeah, look at that. We're going to have Space Yeti here. The Yeti is making its way to Star Citizen, guys. Look at that. It's even missing an eye. That is looking quite frightening. I can totally imagine some nice meat there. We could hunt those for meat and the fur. Oh, yeah.
This animal.
Oh, yes, you have been talking about that since the beginning. The Karak will be perfect to capture those monsters and just hunt them down and kill them. Absolutely. And we can put the carcasses in the cargo hold, or at least in the garage. Absolutely. Erad, the monsters stand on chairs. Will the monsters stand on chairs, says Joseph. Well, they're not going to have chairs, so I don't know.
So now you've seen the first two predators that we're going to be pursuing. What's next for us? Well, we're already working on creating a pipeline to make these things a reality in game. What that means is AI, design, animation, and characters will all come together to bring life to these things. We hope you're as excited about these as we are. And
Oh yeah, I am excited. You are right. I am excited.
Hope to show you more soon.
Wow, I don't know what you guys thought about those creatures, but I'm totally fired up about those creatures. I can't wait to get them in the verse. It's gonna be a lot of pew-pew, I can tell you that. And I really want a Karak now. Alright guys, stay tuned to the channel, because next we're gonna be talking about a couple more things.